Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not, and we are two wild and crazy guys. No, we are back. So I got tomorrow with the full Moon-A-Thon. Duh. Um, and this review is going to be for Frankenstein Reborn because it's in exclamation points for some reason. But yeah. So um. Back in the late 90s, Charles Band decided he was going to try to do his own version of Universal Monsters. With 4 movies planned, depending, there was a commercial, and 4 movies were planned, that being uh, Frankenstein Reborn, The Wolfman Reborn, Mummy Reborn, and Dracula Reborn. Well, Mummy and Dracula never got made, but the first 2 did. And so I'm going to cover them in this full Moon-A-Thon. They're called Film Monsters, and they have a little intro where the puppets from the Puppet Master series dig up a grave and you get the logo Film Monsters, which is kind of cool. So the story is this teenage girl named Anna, or Anna, depending on who's talking to her, goes to see her uncle Victor, who is in fact Victor Frankenstein. And while there, she finds out that he's doing an experiment that creates a monster, the Frankenstein's monster. So first and foremost, the cast. Now I only know a couple of the actors in this. One of them is Ben Gould, who was Nicky Farina on Saved by the Bell, the new class. And I want to do a video on that. It'll be a retrospective, and I'm going to need to write stuff down so I can talk about it, because I try to do it. I do things in my head and try to, I'm going to talk about it, and I keep forgetting a lot of stuff. So for that video on Saved by the Bell, the new class, which lasted 7 seasons, I'm going to have to write stuff down, and eventually I'll get that video out. Hold on. But the main star playing Victor Frankenstein is Jason Simmons, who you may know playing from Baywatch, Logan Fowler from Baywatch. But I also know him, and I didn't realize it was him. He was Baz in Sharknado. I didn't know that was him. I was like, there's a Sharknado trailer. When you click on his IMDb page, there's a Sharknado trailer. I'm like, Sharknado? He was in Sharknado? And then I watched the trailer and I saw Baz, and I'm like, oh, that's him. I didn't realize it was him. So, cheers. But yeah, he has an assistant. They're doing things. And it's really weird. Like, she introduces herself as Anna Frankenstein, and then later it's Anna. She can't make up her mind. I thought this was okay. The monster makeup, it seems like they only had enough money to do the makeup for his face, because the facial makeup for the Frankenstein monster is fine. The rest of it, though, is like he's either in bandages, and it really, like, there's a part where the bandage isn't covering it. It looks like a regular leg. And then he gets, like, the clothes, but it's not that generic version of the clothes. Like I said, Ben Gould is in this. He plays Thomas, and I thought he was going to have a bigger role. He's, like, there when they discover that something's going on, like this experiment's happening. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with this, and I'm going back. He's a good actor, but I feel like they don't give him enough time. Like, he's there at the beginning. He makes friends with Anna, and then he's like, I don't want anything to do with this. We're going to get in trouble. And so he just, leaves her alone. And eventually, towards the end, he shows up again. This movie is 45 minutes long, and it was filmed in Romania, apparently. And this feels like something from Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark? Kid goes to visit a family member who has a deep, dark secret and ends up being like a monster or something. That's what it feels like. And I didn't realize this was meant for kids, or I wouldn't have kept these on here, but I did this one. I already watched it. Might as well do it. I'm going to do the next one. We'll see what the next one is. This was fine. The acting for the most part is pretty good. I think Jason Simmons is the best actor in this. He's very good at portraying this. When he's trying to be sincere, he's sincere. When he's trying to be sort of a villain, he's sort of a villain, but he's like the regular Victor Frankenstein. He's misunderstood. He just wants to prolong life. That's what he wants. And in this version, they give the Frankenstein monster like if he's shot and then he heals. Like he has healing powers, like he's Wolverine or something. It's really weird. And the monster's not bad. Like I said though, the facial makeup is the best part of that. And well, other effects. It is full moon after all. The weirdest thing has to be the ending, right? So the ending, Thomas goes out to warn the Frankenstein monster, and he's followed by Victor. They take the monster. He ends up taking the monster back to his lab, and then the assistant, who I swear is dubbed horribly in this because I'm watching his lips move, and his words aren't meshing with it, but Victor's are, so I don't know, he's horribly overdubbed, but yeah, he's like, no, you can't do this, we have to destroy him. No, I can't destroy him. And so the monster gets angry and kills the assistant, and the place starts on fire. And then instead of trying to save the monster stays behind with Victor, and Victor just tells Denise to get out, and it ends with like this horrible fire effects coming out of the thing. You see it, and then it cuts back to them, her, Anna, and Thomas, and just like, and then it ends, and it's like that's the ending. Okay. Okay, so we know that the assistant's dead. We know that Victor is possibly dead. Is most likely dead. What about the monster? Is he dead? No. What about the maid lady who was there? And there was servants in the house besides Thomas. So, are they all dead? I don't understand. And it also took me a while to realize that Jason Simmons was Victor Frankenstein, because they kept saying her uncle, and he looked young. They're 10 years apart, which is completely logical. I looked it up. Jason Simmons was born in 1970, and the actress who plays Anna was born in 1980. So she's 18 here, he's 28. Very close, 10 years, but still very viable for an uncle and niece. But there's no reason given for why she's there other than she's going to visit her uncle, and then she's ridiculed the whole time by that lady who's like, oh, you are just a guest, you don't have any rights here, you are just no better than any of the other beggars. And it's like, what? Yeah, she is, because she's his niece. So I don't know, it was fine. It's not very long. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I'm going to say, I'm going to give it middle of the road. It was fine. It could have used more monster. That was my big problem, is that for being called film monsters and Frankenstein Reborn, there's not a lot of monster. We follow Anna for the most part. There's not a lot of monster in it. And I know that's because effects budget, but we could have used a little more monster. Just saying. Excuse me. So what are your thoughts on Frankenstein Reborn? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.